He's built solid, not flashy, the kind of body that comes from use rather than obsession. Broad shoulders, strong arms, a frame that feels dependable before it looks impressive. He keeps his hair dark and short, usually a little imperfect. A scruffy beard shadows his jaw, enough to soften the sharpness there, enough to make him look like he's lived some life. His eyes are blue, steady, observant. He dresses well, not loud, not trendy, but intentional. Clothes that fit properly and feel masculine, worn with ease rather than effort. There's a groundedness to how he moves, how he stands, how he takes up space, calm, confident, unmistakably present. Looks can be deceptive. His name is Justin. I don't fall for him all at once. That's important. It happens in pieces and pauses. After the gala, we don't rush anywhere. We don't exchange dramatic confessions or make promises we can't keep. We walk. Just walk. The city is quieter than the ballroom, the night air cool against my skin, and for the first time that evening, I don't feel like I'm performing. He matches my pace without trying to lead. That alone tells me something. We talk about where we grew up, about work, about how exhausting it is to be surrounded by people and still feel alone. He doesn't overshare, he doesn't hide. He offers truth in measured doses, like he understands that trust is built, not seized. I used to be different, he says at one point, hands in his pockets, eyes on the sidewalk. More reckless. Less careful with people. What changed? I ask, already knowing the answer before he gives it. I got hurt, he says simply. And I realized how much damage I'd been pretending didn't matter. I feel that sentence in my bones. Over the next weeks, we learn each other slowly. Coffee that turns into long conversations. Texts that don't demand immediate replies. Silences that feel safe instead of awkward. He never pushes me to open faster than I can. And somehow that makes me want to. When he touches me, it's barely there. His hand resting against mine as we sit side by side. Not possessive, not rushed. Just present. My body reacts before my fear can catch up. A quiet warmth spreading through me, loosening places that have been tight for years. I don't pull away. He notices everything. The way I stiffen when conversations turn emotional. The way I deflect with humor when things get too close. He never calls me out. He waits. He lets me come to him, and slowly I do. I tell him things I haven't said out loud in years. About how loving once taught me how painful vulnerability can be. About how I learned to guard myself so well that sometimes I don't know how to put the armor down. He listens without trying to fix me, without minimizing it, without leaving. That might be the most intimate thing of all. When we kiss for the first time, it's unhurried, gentle. His lips linger like he's asking permission with every second he stays. I feel myself soften into it, my hands curling into his jacket, my breath catching, not from urgency, but from relief. He kisses me like I'm not fragile, like I'm worth patience. We don't lose ourselves in each other, we find ourselves. Two souls learning that closeness doesn't have to mean harm, that desire doesn't have to rush, that love can be steady and still burn warm. And in those moments, something inside me finally rests. I don't know where this will lead. All I know is that with him, I don't feel like I'm bracing for impact. I feel like I'm healing, slowly, together. I can feel his gaze. He looks at me like he's memorizing something he's afraid to lose. The room is quiet, heavy with everything we haven't said, everything we're afraid to admit. I tilt my head up, my body already responding before my fear can catch up. His forehead rests against mine, our breaths uneven, shared. When he kisses me, it's gentle, almost reverent, my hands finding his chest, solid, grounding, real. The kiss deepens not with urgency, but with need, quiet and aching. It's unstoppable now. He reaches his hand out for mine. I know where this is leading. We slowly undress. We admire each other's nudeness as we make our way to the bedroom. He stays attentive, present, watching me, listening to the small sounds I make, adjusting to my reactions. How am I letting this happen? I don't fall. Jesus Christ, Kate, shut up and enjoy this. I feel the rush and power of a waterfall inside me building. His desire apparent on his face, mine written all over me. He lays me down on the bed and kisses my neck softly. I feel a shudder curse through me. Waiting, wanting, anticipating. I feel it with pressure, pain, and pleasure all at once. We're one. We explode together, but we don't stop. Bodies moving in a flow state of oneness. Anticipating each other's movements. Intense heat between our bodies and souls. His release is deep, and I can feel the warmth. Not enough, though. I go down and taste what we taste like together. His release comes for a third time. We are spent, rearing close, limbs tangled, breathing settling. He holds me without needing anything more. I rest against him. In the quiet that follows, there is no fear, no armor, just two people finding comfort in each other's warmth, believing, if only for this moment, that love can be gentle and still be real. There's no fight, no explanation, no slow fade I can brace for. He's just gone. At first, I tell myself it's nothing. A busy day, a missed notification. I check my phone too often, then pretend I wasn't. I reread our last messages. Searching for a clue, I must have missed some shift in tone, some warning I ignored because I wanted to believe I was safe. Nothing. I send one text. Casual, light, no response. I wait a day, then another. I tell myself not to panic, not to spiral, not to become the woman I promised I wouldn't be anymore, but my chest tightens anyway. By the third day, the silence feels deliberate, heavy, like a door closed quietly so no one would notice the sound. That's when it hits me. He's not coming back. The realization doesn't crash over me. It sinks in slowly, cruelly. A cold settling in my bones. My body remembers him before my mind fully accepts the truth. The warmth I used to feel beside him is replaced by an ache so sharp it makes me nauseous. I feel stupid. God, I feel so stupid for letting my guard down, for believing patience meant safety, for thinking that because he was gentle, he wouldn't disappear. I replay every moment where I softened, every time I chose vulnerability over armor, and I hate myself for it. I gave him access to parts of me I swore I'd protect. I gave him my body fully, and he took them, and left. The loneliness comes back louder this time. It tells me stories I already know too well. This is what happens when you open up. You should have known better. You mistook attention for intention. I feel exposed, used, seduced by consistency that turned out to be temporary. At night, the bed feels enormous, empty in a way that mocks me. I curl in on myself, arms tight around my chest, trying to hold together something that feels cracked open. I don't cry right away. I go numb first. That old survival skill kicking in, familiar and bitter. When the tears finally come, they aren't pretty. They're angry, humiliating, full of regret. I'm not just mourning him. I'm mourning the version of myself that dared to believe this time could be different. The part of me that relaxed, that trusted the way he stayed, that mistook his steadiness for permanence. I tell myself I'll never do that again. A small, stubborn truth I don't want to admit. What we had was real to me, and that hurts more than anything. Because now I'm left alone again. Not just with my loneliness, but with the echo of his presence and the terrifying knowledge that I love him,